Hey guys, hope everything's going well. You guys know the drill. Smash the like button, subscribe if you haven't, and comment down below. Follow me on Instagram at AIH_sports. Once again, feel free to message me. I'll try to respond to you. It may not be quickly though. Okay, today, before I wanted to get into my video of baseball cards that I'm looking at for 2022, just maybe I'll speculate them if I see a good price. But before I do, I wanted to show you some of the cards that I like, and I'll tell you why. I must have showed you this in previous videos. It's a 2005 SA Sage Hit Aaron Rodgers PSA 10, and I think I had 6 of these at one point. I'm gonna probably keep this one, and I have a BGS 9.5. And the reason, even though I could probably make a profit off of what I put into it, after I saw that interview with Pat McAfee yesterday on YouTube, my respect level for Aaron Rodgers just went up. I'm a Bears fan, so I always didn't like the Packers, and Aaron Rodgers used to beat my Bears. But after seeing that interview, I just saw that Aaron Rodgers is a very intelligent guy. A lot of people are saying yesterday that he's a dumb guy, he's an idiot, blah 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 blah. And then I was telling some people, he went to Berkeley. You can't be stupid and go to Berkeley. And then the response was, oh well, he was a quarterback, he could throw the ball. And then I told him his Wonderlic score is about 35 or 36, which is in the top 96 percentile of all the NFL players. He's pretty smart. And I've told you this about quarterbacks. Any quarterback that is very intelligent has more probability of becoming a decent quarterback. Doesn't mean that all smart quarterbacks are going to be successful. No. It just means the ones that tend to be good tend to be intelligent. And that's because of reading defenses. I'm going to do a video and analyzing all these players, all these quarterbacks that have had good years this year. And most of them, the common feature about them, they're intelligent. And yeah, I'll get into it in a different video. But going on to my topic, today I wanted to discuss a few baseball cards that I'm looking at. This is what usually flippers do, but I'm not putting a whole lot of money into it. As you remember, a lot of people were flipping last year, this year, and they were making money at first. However, they got burned, in my opinion, who are buying towards the top. Okay, a few players that I'm looking at right now, and I wanted you at the end of the video to let me know who you're looking at. But let's look at some of the players I'm looking at. Number one, Francisco Lindor. Lindor was traded last year to the Mets, and he's gone to the All-Star game quite a bit when he was with the Cleveland Indians. And the Mets signed him to a long-term deal. And after that long-term deal, what happened was he didn't perform as well as he used to. And I've noticed this with a lot of players. Once they sign these huge contracts, they tend to do poorly. Maybe once they got the money, they don't have the motivation to work harder, to get in more pain, etc. But Lindor didn't have a good year. And he and Baez, I like Baez. They're like booing the fans, which is a cardinal sin. You cannot boo the fans. Just because they're booing you doesn't mean you should boo them. They are paying clients, customers. So that's one thing I noted about Lindor. But I'm looking at the 2015 US 50 card, and that card went earlier this year for about $370 on PWCC on one of their auctions. And right now, you could get it under $100. There are multiple buy it nows. There's some auctions. I'm bidding on one of them. I don't know if others will, but that's on my radar. If I can get a decent price for it, I may just buy it. I know I shouldn't say this, but who knows what else other people are doing. Another player that I'm looking at is Cody Bellinger. And Cody Bellinger didn't have a good year. And in my videos for the playoffs, I kept on talking about Cody Bellinger, Cody Bellinger. Cody Bellinger did well in the playoffs. He was not at 100% from my understanding, so that's the reason why he wasn't playing well. Now, I was looking at his 2017 Topps US 50 card, I believe. That's what it is. And earlier this year, or earlier on, it was selling at $212. Now, maybe you could get it close to $70, but then you have to pay shipping. But see the depreciation because Cody Bellinger did not play up to par. Uh, the other player that I'm looking for in 2022 is Jason Degrom. He's a pitcher for the Mets, as most of you know, and he was having a fantastic year until he got injured. And I saw one of his cards. It went for about $660 PSA 10. That same version of the card, you get close to 300. 50% haircut. Remember, this is the off season. And right now, a lot of guys, they're looking at potential pickups in basketball. Some may be looking at hockey. Some may be looking at football. That's where the action's at. And a lot of people are not looking at baseball because the World Series is over. What's the point? And I talked about this in one of my first videos that it's probably better to buy when no one else is really looking at the market. And I used to trade the futures market, and I've said this in quite a few videos. And what I noticed from my research is that the commercial hedgers, which are the ones that are in the business of the particular commodity, such as Starbucks, they deal with coffee. They're in the coffee futures market. They buy a whole bunch of coffee in June. Who drinks coffee in June? There are few people. They go to Starbucks, but the demand is higher in the wintertime where the price of the commodity is most likely higher. So what Starbucks tends to do, they try to get ahead of the curve, try to get a lower price because the demand isn't as high as it should be as in December. So that's what I'm doing with these baseball cards, and I'm looking at it just from that perspective. There are some other players on my horizon as well. There's none other than Mike Trout. This is his famous card, the US 1175. This is the reprint. And earlier this year, the Trout card was going for about $6,000, and now it's been cut in half. And part of the reason is there was a decline in the sports card market, and also Trout got injured. So I'm just looking at it. Okay, Trout, if he's not injured by the time of spring training, some people may be speculating they could drive that card price higher. I'm just thinking out loud. My opinion on Trout, though, is he's going to be prone to injury, in my opinion. He's going to be more like Albert Pujols, in my opinion, as the future rolls around. The thing about Pujols, he won 3 MVPs, and once he signed with LA, his career went south. And Trout has 3 MVPs. Is he going to be playing at the level that he was a few years ago? No, I don't think so. But does that mean that his card price will crash by March? Probably not. And I think there could be opportunities. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just thinking of the price action out loud. And yeah, I'm just looking at players that not many individuals are looking into. I'm just trying to figure out discounts. Not discount. I'm trying to figure out deals that the market isn't touching base on. And my channel, I want to look at cards or individuals that the whole market is not touching. And when everyone is trying to flip that, that's what I want to get out. And that's what I'm doing with my other sports cards as well, like some of my Brady cards that have gone up like crazy. I may keep one, maybe two of those 2000 236 Bowman card, but I'm not going to be buying at these prices, at least for those cards. Maybe something else for Brady, but yeah. So, what do you think about baseball, guys? Are there any players on your radar? Are you looking at individuals that no one else really is looking at? There's one other thing. I do live in Chicago, and Eloy Jimenez of the White Sox, he was injured quite a bit. Lou Bob, as Neo calls him, Luis Roberts, he was injured for a long time as well. So I'm just looking and thinking, if they have breakout years, that could potentially rise up by spring training. Now, once again, I'm not telling you guys what to do. I'm not guaranteeing anything, but this is just on my radar. Baseball obviously is my hobby, and I like to look at just these cards. Even though I may not buy all of these, I may buy one or maybe two for a speculative trade. But I just like looking at price action. A few other things. I'll show you this card. So a few years ago, I was buying all these Verlander cards. I've shown this many times. Justin Verlander, he exceeded expectations in 2018 or 2019. I think it's 2019. And his card prices just shot up. And I was able to make a decent profit. And the 2019 market, in my opinion, is going to be similar to the 22 market, where you're looking at all these players, and the ones that exceed expectations, it's just like the stock market. Those cards are going to do well and much better than the rest of the market. And right now, it's all about, long story short, card picking. In the stock market, they call it stock picking. So you have to be really selective. And in my opinion, buying towards March is probably not the best idea. The only caveat is if there is a strike, which there could be, the union and the league, if they don't come to a deal, who knows? They may be walking out. And I don't think it's going to be like 1994. And that strike, that made baseball look really bad. And they needed the steroids era to bail them out. And if there is, though, a strike, yeah, that's one big risk when making these speculative moves. And that's why I'm not really aggressive in throwing down thousands and thousands of dollars. I know people have thrown thousands and thousands of dollars. People are throwing money into Jason Dominguez. Like, what, $17,000? And this guy hasn't done anything. Vlad Guerrero Jr. a few years ago wasn't doing anything. Someone was saying earlier, Shohei Ohtani. Those guys may get burned if he gets injured. So, I just do this for fun. I just like looking at price action. I told you I like messing around the stock market. And it's just my hobby. Anyways, guys, what cards are you looking at? Are you looking at guys like Wander Franco? He did pretty well in the playoffs. But the thing is, who invests in Tampa Bay or speculates in Tampa Bay cards of all teams? Anyways, guys, let me know what you think. Comment down below. Smash the like button. And I'll talk to you later, guys. Bye.